Hi, welcome to this SAP FICO training video. Today we are discussing cost center accounting. Within cost center accounting, we are focusing on planning. Today's date is November 20th, 2024. If these SAP FICO training videos are helping you on your SAP FICO training journey, please like, share, subscribe, and drop a comment in the chat. Let me know how many years of SAP FICO training experience you have. As you all know, I like to provide the information and question answer format without delay. Let's get into it. The agenda is basic settings for planning, manual planning. What is the goal of cost center accounting? To provide management with a detailed analysis of how the business is performing, how profitable it is, and where there's room for improvement. What is the goal of planning? For management, so management can plan costs to compare actual cost. So management can plan costs to compare with actual costs. What are the main cost collecting objects for most companies? Cost centers. Basic settings for planning. What configuration activity occurs in basic settings for planning? Define settings for controlling versions. Menu path to define settings for controlling versions. Controlling cost center accounting, planning basic settings for planning, define versions. Select maintain version settings in controlling area. Here, you define the versions relevant for planning. The versions that you will be planning need to be selected with a check mark in the plan column. Select the row for planning version by clicking this gray checkbox. Double click settings for each fiscal year. Settings for each fiscal year. Here, you will maintain the settings for each fiscal year. Select the integrated planning checkbox if you want to use plan data in other components also. Integrated planning checkbox. Specify a dedicated exchange rate type for cost planning. Exchange rate type. Save any changes. Save any changes here. That concludes basic settings for planning. For our final topic, let's cover manual planning for cost center accounting. Manual planning. What is manual planning in cost center accounting? The process of manually entering plan values for relevant cost centers. What are the three main processes involved with manual planning? Planning on the cost center cost element level, planning on the cost center activity type level, planning on the statistical key figure level. This is manual planning at the cost center cost element level using T code KP06. This uses layout 1.101. This is the manual planning on the cost center activity type level using T code KP26. This uses layout 1.201. Enter the fiscal year and the periods the planning values are valid at, and select the cost center to enter the planning values. This is manual planning on the statistical key figures level using T code KP46. Menu path to define planning layouts for activity type planning. Controlling, cost center accounting, planning, manual planning, user defined planning layouts. Create planning layouts for activity type planning. Select Create Activity Type Planning Layout. Create a new planning layout by copying an existing standard layout such as 1201. Click the Create button. This is the layout definition screen. This screen is created using the Report Painter, which is an SAP tool used to define layouts for reporting, but also for planning purposes. You can double click any column and see its definition. Click the first column, Activity Type. On this screen, you see the definition in the Activity Type column. This column contains the activity type characteristic. A characteristic means the column contains field values such as different activity types. You can also add the controlling area characteristic by moving it from the available characteristic section to the selected characteristics section by selecting it, then clicking the left arrow button. Select it by clicking this gray checkbox, press the left arrow button, we'll shoot it over here. These are the standard, these are the set and variable columns. Set means that the field is interpreted as a group value. Variable specifies the value of the field is derived from the selection screen. You must enter a variable name in the next column. Green arrow back, then select Plan Activity. In this column, we don't have characteristics but key figures instead. Key figures represent value fields such as actual costs, plan costs, or activity output. In this case, the key figure represents the plan activity. Key figure, plan activity. That concludes manual planning and this training video. Thank you. And as always, if these videos are helping you on your SAP FICO training journey, please like, share, subscribe, and drop a comment in the chat. Let me know how many years of SAP FICO experience you have. Thank you all for your time. And as always, peace.